State media reports have been citing prosecutors as saying they'll be looking into complaints, we don't know from whom, that former President Mohamed Morsy is somehow involved in, quote, spying and the killing of protesters. Now, we don't technically know how that would translate into the law or any future possible charges, but it does send a strong signal of the interim government being confrontational with the ousted president, and it is the first we've heard of them since 24 hours ago. Washington coming forward quite cleanly and saying they would like to see Mohamed Morsy released from wherever he's being held now by the military on what they said were politically motivated charges. So a situation here where we are seeing confrontation building rather than the potential for political reconciliation. We were at the pro-Morsy protest near the Rabba al-Adawiya mosque. Their numbers ebbing during the day, growing now, but barricades between them and the army increasingly permanent in many ways in their structure. And the anti-Morsy protest that filled Tahrir Square beside me tonight really low in numbers, but that hasn't stopped the interim government pushing forwards today with their roadmap towards potentially new presidential elections. State media suggesting potential key members of a future cabinet, which the government wants to usher in, they say, because it wants to be technocratic and efficient and competent. We're hearing a name for the foreign minister, potentially Nabil Fahmy, a former ambassador to the United States. He refused to confirm that when we spoke to him earlier, and potentially a finance minister, Hani Qadri, who used to be a negotiator with the IMF, Egypt in the past, keen to get a loan to bolster its economy, but that may potentially no longer be needed given the billions of cash that Gulf states are saying they'll push into the country since the removal of Mohamed Morsy as president. But really a day here where, despite the protesters ebbing in number, we're seeing both sides entrenched in their position and no real sign that there's political reconciliation afoot. Nick Paton Walsh, CNN, Cairo.